Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So, what better place to be than here with me? Yes, I am in the house still this morning, but I am dressed. So, that has to count for something, right? Right. So at least I'm halfway there. So it's gonna be a good Thursday. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the Fearless Morning Show. We're just trying to get it together here this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the show yesterday. Good morning. And plus
Hey, good
it is
morning.
so dark outside. Good morning, Kim. It is so dark outside. I went out there, but you wouldn't have been able to see me at all because it's still
Sorry.
dark and it's rainy. So I was like, well, it's good to be in the house anyway, even though, that means I'm behind schedule, but hey, that's okay. Good morning.
Yeah, exactly. Top of the morning. So I have an awesome topic for today. I didn't get to share it and post it earlier, but we gotta put this topic out there. At least you tell me what you think. And the topic is how to protect yourself against financial infidelity.
Oh,
I said
wow.
now. Yes, how to protect yourself against financial infidelity. And the number one takeaway that I want you to get, no matter what, okay, the number one takeaway that I need you to walk away with is that clarity comes through action. Clarity comes through action. And the reason that I say that, once you get clear on something, it's so much easier to get that thing accomplished, right? My
Mhm.
case in point, think about the last time that you moved and you
Mhm.
said you had to get all those box packed. Or even if you had movers, you still had to give them some direction, right? You still had to give them some direction as far as packing up those boxes and getting it going. But it wasn't until you started the process,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking for myself, it wasn't until I totally got involved with the packing process, started getting the organizing done, things did not start to clear up. I did not have clarity until I started moving, until I started taking action, until I started taking those steps to get everything moved around. And now that I sit back and I look at it, I say, well, you know what? It wasn't so bad. But while I was in the midst of it, think about it. When you're in the midst of moving, it's
I
just like
hate
so
moving.
right. It's so much overwhelm and it can be stressful. And especially don't even try to move with kids. If you have kids, don't even try to move with kids. And that becomes more and more stressful. So the number one takeaway I want you to take today is that clarity comes through action. So what are the actions that you're going to take as a result? All right. What are the actions that you are going to take as a result? Because you're taking time out right now to visit, to listen, to get the information that's being shared, because the topic is how to protect yourself against financial infidelity. How many times have we cheated on ourselves when it comes to our money? How many times have you cheated on your money? How many times have you pulled that credit card out and you knew, right? You knew that the money wasn't in the bank, but you said, oh, I'll get it paid some kind of way. And one of the challenges that many of us deal with is the fact that we try to break things down into monthly payments. And we say, oh, well, if I can break it down into a monthly payment, then I can what? I can afford this. So, what I want to challenge you on today is how do you think about things differently when it comes to your money, when it comes to your finances? Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Don't forget to share this out to your community, guys, because we're going to level up this morning. We're talking about financial infidelity. How do you protect yourself against financial infidelity? Everybody knows what infidelity is. Everybody knows you. Everybody, as soon as I said the word infidelity, you probably thought, oh, cheating on somebody. But you are cheating on somebody. You're cheating on yourself, right? You're cheating on yourself in your finances. You're stealing from yourself. That's the financial infidelity that we're talking about this morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We see our faithful crew in here this morning as well as some others. Don't forget to share this video out, guys. So what are some of the things that you need to do? Because financial infidelity stops you, it blocks you from producing or building wealth. And we're talking about building wealth, but just to be clear, I told you on yesterday that I would be sharing the 7 principal types of wealth. And this is teaching from Dr. Green. For those of you who are familiar with Dr. Green, he talks about this when he goes through his actual system. And this brother is amazing. You hear me? He has helped me to level up in my thinking on so many levels. And I want to share this information with you guys as well. We're talking about financial infidelity, but if we're going to build wealth, there are 7 principal types of wealth. And the way that he shares it, the first type of principal wealth, and because we're talking about this, guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. And I can help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money if you want to. All right. So in looking at building wealth, there are 7 principal types of building wealth. Before we get into talking about financial infidelity, I need to make sure that we're all clear on what these 7 principal types of building wealth are. So you got to define that for yourself first and foremost. But you also, the first one, guys, let me share this. The first is called equity wealth. Equity wealth. Uh-oh, I'm getting that feedback.
We don't have any on this end.
Okay. All right. So equity wealth is simply, guys, like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook. You guys are watching us on Facebook right now. He owns equity in this company called Facebook and Instagram. It's worth billions of dollars. He owns 20%, roughly 20% of the company. That's called equity wealth, ownership in that particular company. So that's the first type of principal wealth. The second principal type of wealth is post-equity wealth. And it would be like someone who's actually, we went to college, actually. JoJo and I went to college with a couple of guys. They were on the tennis team. They actually started an IT company here in the Atlanta area. And then they sold that company for millions of dollars. So post-equity wealth is actually, you've started a company, you've grown that company, and you sell that company off to now have wealth, right, in your pockets. So that's the second principal type of wealth. The third is corporate wealth. And there are many of you who work in corporate America, right? And if you're in those top level executive jobs that are paying $800,000 and $1 million a year, see, that's corporate wealth, right? That's another type of wealth. The fourth type of wealth, of course, is inherited wealth. And I know you don't want to just sit around and wait on anybody to die to get your money. So we're talking about different ways to build wealth. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what all of these different ways are as we progress and talk about this financial infidelity. The fifth is called fortuitous wealth. And by fortuitous wealth, we mean, you hear it all the time. Someone goes out there and plays the lottery, right? They win hundreds of millions of dollars in the lottery, right? Mm-hmm. So those winnings from those sweepstakes and lotteries, that's the fortuitous wealth that is out there. But chances are what do you find out? For those who make their money in the lottery, what tends to happen?
It's gone.
They're broke a couple of years down the road, right? So guys, we have to look at these principles. See, there's financial infidelity at all levels. The sixth type, of course, is celebrity wealth, and that needs no explanation. We all know the celebrities because of the media. And of course, illicit wealth, which we do not condone at all, but that's that old school wealth that you heard about, back in the day when they used to do moonshining. Does anybody do moonshining anymore? I digress. I don't drink it anyway, but nonetheless, there are families, right? Mobs, gangsters, whatever you want to call it, that were able to amass illicit wealth as a result of that. So those are the 7 principal types of building wealth. So when we talk about building wealth, you have to decide what wealth is for you. And as we're talking about in deciding what wealth is for us, we want to look at how do we protect ourselves against financial infidelity, because you won't be able to build any of these types of wealth except for maybe the lottery, right? um, Fortuitous wealth, unless you understand and decide what it is that you can do now to protect yourself against financial infidelity. See, this is the challenge, guys. Money touches every single decision that you make in your lives, right? Oh, there is still moonshine. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know how you know that, Risa, but that's
Reese,
okay.
that's okay. I know it too. There's still moonshine
Right?
out there.
Is they still out there? Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. But getting back to my point, money touches every decision that you make. That's why, guys, it is the number one cause of divorce in for families. It's the number one cause of you breaking up with friends and family because somebody else decided that they want to get upset with you when you ask for your money back. But guys, we're talking about how to protect yourself from financial infidelity. And when we look at financial infidelity, what are the things that you can now do that are going to protect you, that are going to keep you from slipping, keep you from cheating on yourself financially? The first thing you got to know is, what is it that you really want to create in your life? And you have to ask yourself these questions. You say, oh no, here she is with the frou-frou stuff. No, it's not frou-frou, it's the real, y'all. Because in the mind, as the man thinketh, so is he. That's biblical. I know it is. But it is very important for every area of your life and your finances. So what is it? What is it that you want to create? What is it that you would love to do? What is it? Because you got to know, right? This is going to be the thing that's going to help you to sustain. This is going to be the thing that will help you to be consistent. This is the thing that is going to help you to continue to move to your next in your finances. Guys, we're talking about how to protect yourself from financial infidelity. Because if you don't begin with what we call the end in mind, if you don't know where you're going, how in the heck are you supposed to get there? So understand and identify it. What is it that you want your life to look like over the next 3 to 5 years? And the reason I say to look like, where do you want to go over the next 3 to 5 years? Because if you're standing still, if you're doing nothing, if you're complacent, guys, you might as well be moving backwards. Mm-hmm. If you're standing still, you're moving backwards. So, Lynn, how is that possible? I'm standing still. I'm not going anywhere. Think about it. If you're standing still in your job and you're not making more money in your job, or you're not making more money in your business, guess what continues to go up? Inflation. The cost of everything continues to rise. The cost of gas, the cost of housing, the cost of food, the cost of everything continues to go up. And if you continue to remain complacent, right, in your current position as far as your finances are concerned, if you don't figure out how to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money, guys, you are moving backwards. And in the webinar, in the course last night, how to overcome this, how to become a successful stock investor, one of the things that I shared was the data from the statistics from the Labor Bureau, guys. The economic statistics that actually show that even though the salaries of Americans have increased, they've decreased over last year, but the cost of living has increased. See, it's financial infidelity whether you chose it or not, because things are going to continue to change. Inflation continues to happen. So we have to identify and recognize where it is that we want to be. Where is it that you want to go? How are you now going to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money? Because there are different things that you can do. And I'm not talking to you about things that I read about. I'm talking to you about things that I had to deal with myself, guys. You're talking to someone who had over 6 figures in student loan debt. I had six figures. My husband has six figures. JoJo has six figures, right? You're talking to people who had six figures in student loan debt, guys, but there was an opportunity to capitalize on making my money, keeping my money, and growing my money through investing that afforded me the opportunity to be able to pay that off. But I had to stop my financial infidelity in order to be able to get to that point. I had to get some education in order to be able to get to that point. I had to make a decision, right, that something has to change in order to get to that point. And the decision that I made was that I needed to learn what are those rules of money, because money is everywhere. And I don't know if you guys know Danielle Winningham, but she always talks about, she used to be the vice president of JP Morgan Chase. And she talked about the fact that when she worked in that bank and she saw those checks come in, she said normally people are accustomed to checks coming in on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis or even a monthly basis. She said, but I started seeing people coming in depositing cash and money and checks on a daily basis. She said, so guys, there is enough money out there. It's just when you learn the rules that things change for you. So you have to figure out what is going to be the thing for me that I am going to utilize now, right? To position myself to no longer go through financial infidelity. So getting out of debt has little to do with how much you make and everything to do with what you're spending. And I need you to catch that. So what are the things that you're looking at? What are you spending on? How much are you spending? What is your mindset around this? Yeah, I want you to pay attention to it, but I don't want you to focus there. The number one focus that you need to be paying attention to at this point, or the number one thing you need to focus on, is how do I now increase my earnings? Because increasing your earnings is the number one way that you're going to be able to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. Because how are you going to grow anything that you don't have? You at least need something the size of a mustard seed, right? You heard about that in church. Faith the size of a mustard seed is all I need to move, but you need a mustard seed. You can't even rub two nickels together because of all of your financial infidelity. So how do you protect yourself from this, guys? You must start where you are. You say, wow, Lynn, I could have thought of that myself. Yes, you could have. However, but you're here today engaged in this conversation. You must start where you are. You must be truthful with yourself. See, this is not about me, guys. This is about you, right? Everyone, every person listening in, whether you're live or you're on the replay, every person has to look at this for themselves and see, where am I financially, why am I financially cheating on myself, right? You have to look at your income. You have to look at your expenses. You must look at your assets and your liabilities. Those are the four cornerstones. The four cornerstones of a financial statement. Do you know what your financial statement is? Just like in school, you used to get a report card. You knew what your GPA was, your grade point average. But can you take that GPA to the bank and ask them for some money? No. Your financial report card is looking at your income, your expenses, your assets, and your liabilities. And until you face the truth in regards to where you are, then you can begin to move. So how do you protect yourself from financial infidelity? Guys, first you must decide where it is that you want to be in 3 to 5 years. And why is it that you want to be there? Because you have to know why you're doing something. Because if you don't know why, if you have no clue as to why you are doing a thing, you will not continue to do it. See, for those of you who followed us since we started this journey back in November, one of the things you know is when we started out, my why was little Malachi. Everybody knows little Malachi by now. That's my son, right? My why for him was the fact that I did not want him to have six figures of student loan debt like mommy. So we had to be intentional, put a plan in place, protect ourselves from financial infidelity, right? Because sometimes it gets hard, and I get that. Because we start down the road on this journey and something pops up, and it's really easy for me to look back over there and say, well, Malachi's only 8 years old. I could really go over there and get that money out of his account. I still can make it up later, right? You know how those things play with your mind when something happens, right? And I understand sometimes things happen and you have to go to your other resources. That's why you set up an emergency fund or a contingency fund or whatever you want to call it. But you have to understand and recognize, guys, and stop being financially infidel. Yeah, that's not a word. That's not the way to say that. But anyway, stop cheating on yourself financially. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Stop cheating. Stop cheating yourself. A financial infidel. Can I turn that into a term that we can use? You're a financial infidel. All right, I'll think some more about that, y'all. But I digress. But make sure when you protect yourself from financial infidelity, you have to understand and identify where you are and position yourself to move forward. Make a plan to take those next steps and move forward, guys. Make a plan to take action. See, the beauty of this, guys, the biggest mistake is that we tend to justify our spending, whether it's right or wrong. But I bet you can go back and justify every bit of spending you have. You'll say, oh, you look at your credit card statement, you see you bought that purse. Oh, I needed a new purse because my other one was a little ragged, torn around the edges. Or I needed a new purse because I was going over here for this event. My shoes didn't quite match, so I needed another, right? We can justify the heck out of anything, right, that we really want. But why are you not justifying the fact that you want financial freedom? Why are you not justifying the fact that there are things that you can do differently with your money? We're talking about making your money, keeping your money, and growing your money, guys, so you can do the things you want to do, so you can spend more time with your family or less time with your family if you choose to, right? Some of us don't want to stay around our family. I understand. Some of them are cray-cray. I get it. But you have to decide, guys, what that is for you. All jokes aside, what is it for you? Are you the person who wants to travel? But if you keep cheating on yourself financially, you're not going to be able to do that. You may be able to get a trip in here, there on your credit card, but then you're going to be stressed and overwhelmed trying to pay for that later if you continue to cheat on yourself. So identify, guys, where you are so that you can move to your next. Protect yourself from financial infidelity. You got to face it. All right? It starts with your mindset, understanding why it is you want to do it and where you want to be in 3 years. 3 to 5 years, dare I say. Let's just set it up for 2019. We're in the last quarter. Go ahead and set it up for 2019. That's what you need to be doing anyway. What are the things in a good business owner, right? And you should be running your life like a business. Let's just talk about that, okay? A good business owner, your life is your business. A good business owner starts planning for 2019 in this last quarter. You start planning now to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to be doing for next year, because the stuff that you did this year is not going to work next year. That's staying still. That's moving backwards, dare I say. You're moving backwards if you try to do the same things that you did this year. So figure out what it is, why you want to move, and then what are the steps that you're going to take to get to your next. Leave financial infidelity behind. All right? And I know it's hard. You think about it. That side piece going over there and spending is like a side piece. We think it's fun. It's exciting, right? It's exciting. That retail therapy is exciting. exciting. You get to go out there and have fun. However, if you think about what it is that you truly want to do in your finances and identify what financial freedom really is for you, it's robbing from you, it's stealing from you. Okay? So take some time now to ensure that you're taking that next step to change your future. Because right now, guys, the truth of the matter is, if you're failing to invest, that's one of the number one mistakes that individuals, that women, that business owners, that men are making. One of the number one mistakes that you're making, because you have to understand, guys, it's about making your money, keeping your money, and growing your money. And I tell this story all the time. But Mike Tyson is just such a great example, y'all. Mike Tyson in his prime, $400 million. My brother was making millions of dollars a fight. $400 million. And then all of a sudden, by the age of 38, he's negative $38 million in debt. Negative $38 million. How do you do that, you ask? It's called financial infidelity. And some of us are doing it on a regular basis. We're not, maybe not to the scale of Mike Tyson, but you're doing that on a regular basis. So you have to identify, guys, build a solid financial foundation so you can make your money, keep your money, and grow your money and move to your next. You see, that's what's most important. It's about building wealth. Now, you don't just take this information that you're getting today and just go and move on, right? You take this information, you let it marinate. You write down exactly what it is that you're going to do, because you need to be taking steps to move to your next. And you say, well, Leah, why do you do this? Why do you come on here and share this, guys? Because I want better for us. Because there are things that we can do and things that we can do differently if we choose to. There's a quote out there, and I cannot remember exactly. He said, but if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. So what does that mean? There are things that you can do to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. But you have to recognize and identify that it's up to you to go ahead and push past that and put a plan in place. Is it going to be easy? No. I'm telling you, it's not easy. And there are things you're going to go through. There are ups and downs. There are ebbs and flows. You're going to be on your high horse. You're going to be motivated. Some days it's going to be, yes, I'm going to do this. And some days you'll be like, dang it, I give up. I give up. I'm done. No more, right? But that's when knowing why is going to help you to push past this, to be consistent, to sustain, and stop the financial infidelity. So how do you protect yourself, guys? You got to have the right mindset. Yeah, it's cliche, but that's where it all starts. It all starts in the mind. And I know, I hear some of y'all, because I used to be that same person. I used to say, oh no, here they go with that mindset stuff again. But guys, it is the most powerful thing at your fingertips. Because if in your mind you say you can, you can. If your mind says you cannot, then you're also right. You cannot. See, that's what's most important, guys. Stop financial infidelity by making sure that you're paying attention. Know what's your income, your expenses, your assets, your liabilities. That's where it all begins. But first and foremost, you got to know why. Because if you understand why, then you're more likely. Research suggests that you have a higher probability of success, of continuing the process. All right, guys, I'm Lynn Demons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. And if you're ready to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money through investing, I have a course out there. Yes, ma'am, you have what you say. You sure do. Thank you, Miss Valerie, for joining. Guys, so if you are ready, I have an on-demand invest course, introductory course out there that you can actually sign up for, bit.ly/invest on demand. It's a recording from the how to become a stock investor. Or if you want to join in on the live course, we do the live training on Wednesdays. The live training is every Wednesday at 8:30. So you can either do the on demand, you say, hey, Lynn, I'm ready to get this information now. Okay, go ahead and get it. Sign up through the on demand bit.ly/invest on demand. Get the course, go ahead and get the training. Send me any questions or comments that you have. You can either send those messages to me via in my messenger here on Facebook, or you can email me info@demmonsenterprise.com. That's fine too if you want to send some questions, comments, or concerns there. But guys, do what you can now while you can to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money, because that's what we're called to do. I'm Lynn Demmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. All right, Miss Co-host.
Okay, guys, make sure that you check Lynn's information out so that you are educated and can get the things that you need. So the Fila Stop for today is, I have a question. What is your life accomplishing? You know, sometimes if, death will make people think twice about their life. And you say,
Yeah.
what a tragedy. It was a wasted life. But are you living a wasted life right now? What is your life accomplishing? Are you sitting at home complaining every day and accomplishing nothing more but more complaining? Or are you identifying those things that you know you need to change and doing something about it? What is your life accomplishing when your children look at you? What are they saying that mommy and daddy are accomplishing? When your friends and family look at you, what do they say that you are accomplishing? And please understand, by no means am I saying anybody has to go out and own a business and they have to do all of these things, but just know that you are building patterns and generational habits for your children,
Right.
because they are watching you and they're going to pass that on to their generation. How many of us wouldn't let our kids spend the night somewhere because our mama wouldn't let us spend the night anywhere, because their mama wouldn't let them spend the night anywhere, because their mama wouldn't let them spend the night anywhere? I had that conversation last night. No, you can't spend the night. I don't even know her mama. I don't know her mama's name. I don't know her dad. I don't know where they live. And I can't just know you for, hey, how you doing? And then you think you're getting ready to go spend the night with somebody. That doesn't work. But my parents set that behavior. So that's about 6 generations of, no, you can't go spend the night with nobody. So what is your family looking at? What are you accomplishing for your family? What can they say? My mama did that. My daddy did that. Are you living a wasted life now? Do you absolutely get up, go to a job you hate, come home to a neighborhood you hate, a town you hate, a life you hate, and then you sit around and complain, and then you find yourself doing destructive habits, maybe drinking or smoking or overeating or whatever it may be, because you absolutely hate your life and you feel that it's wasted? What is your life accomplishing? And here's the thing, a lot of people feel that way and think that way and think that they absolutely can't do anything about it. That's not true. You are free to do whatever you want to do in life,
Right.
however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. And that is true because you choose every morning to get up and go to that job. You choose every
Right.
day to stay in that crazy relationship. You choose every day to stay in a town that you hate. You choose your friends every day. So you're choosing the cycle. So if you feel like your life is wasted and it's not accomplishing what you always wanted to do and the things you always done, you, my friend, have contributed to that. If you don't take responsibility about some part of the results in your life, then you're always going to be released from complaining. You're not going to take responsibility for anything, meaning you can always complain and blame it on somebody else instead of saying, you know what? Yeah, I could complain, but instead of stepping out on faith or doing something different, I chose to stay here. I chose this way because I didn't want to do the work of doing anything different. So you got to think about that. So today, guys, what is your life accomplishing? What are people saying about you. If you feel like your life is wasted, there's no better day than today than to do something about that. It does not matter your age. It does not matter your circumstances. It does not matter what level of crazy that you may be at right now. If you choose today, I don't want that, and I refuse to go another second further. And then I tell everybody, you've got to get mad. When are you going to get mad? You get mad about the president. You get mad about your kids. You get mad about your baby daddy, your baby mama, your husband, your ex-husband. You get mad at everybody. But when are you going to get mad at yourself for keeping you in this same cycle? And when are you going to do something about that? When are you going to take responsibility for that? Because you telling everybody else what they shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't do, and what they need to take responsibility for. But when are you going to do that? So if you feel like you're living a wasted life and it's just not what you envisioned, what are you going to do about it? What is your life accomplishing? And when are you going to step up and do something about it? Because I'm sure, and I've read many books and articles that said that people on their deathbed, one of the number one things they talk about is regret of not living their life, the regret that they have of not going forward, of handling that dream or moving when they wanted to, or it was the regret that stuck with them the most on their deathbed. And I don't want that regret. Here's the thing: if you never look, you will never see. If you never go, you will always stay. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to do something, because this is what JoJo's not up for. And, I'm the only live past crazy specialist, so what better place to be than here with me? And I'm going to be your personal cheerleader, of course, and I'm going to cheer you out up, and I'm going to give you some steps to stop living in crazy. But the complaining, at some point, my friend, has got to stop. The complaining has got to stop, because when you complain, you are releasing yourself from the responsibility of actually doing something. When you say, let me take responsibility for me, first of all, what we not fixing to do is do this again. And when you get to that point, then the next right step is going to show itself. Because right now you may be saying, I have no idea what the next right step is. Yes, you do, but you so hell bent on complaining that you don't want the next right step, because you like the result of the story that you tell. So long as I can complain about my job, my kids, my man, where I live, they ain't doing nothing, the result is somebody's going to participate in my pity party, and I like that. If I stop complaining, then people may not be talking to me the same, because my circle is my pity party family, or my pity party friends, or Susie Downer. So check your circle. When you are ready to do something, when you start to make those moves, things will start to change. So what is your life accomplishing? What is your family and friends are going to say? Hey, what have you accomplished in life? If you feel like you've wasted your life, no better day than today to do something. Get mad about it. You get mad at everybody. You get mad. And you know what is amazing to me? How fast people get mad at people in the grocery line, at the gas, in traffic. How they get mad at the football game. How they get mad at the basketball people. And talk about these people like they contributing to your household. Like you're waking up beside them every day. But you're not going to get mad at yourself because you're not doing it. So you're going to get mad because he dropped the football, but you didn't do the work to even get on the field. I'm just saying. Yes, Miss Valley, if you're the smartest person, your circle is too small. And let me tell you, and this is confessions and conversation, that was the hardest thing for me to do, because I've always been, JoJo, the smart one in the family. Ask JoJo, and it was the hardest thing. And I had to let my ego go and to realize it ain't about me. I don't have to know all the answers, and be okay with that. And once I did that, oh my Lord, the opportunities that came and the people that came and shared stuff that I desperately needed to know. But because I was holding on to ego and, you can't tell me nothing and you can't tell me that, I was missing out on something. So if you are the smartest person in your circle is too small. So today, guys, on this Thankful Thursday, what is your life accomplishing? What are you doing with it? If you feel like your life is a tragedy, or it's a waste, and like, I'm 60 or I'm 70, or we have those guidelines. We're in our 40s now. Well, at 40, I should have had a house, or 43, I should have did this. It does not matter where you are. You got to start somewhere. Complaining, my friend, is never going to get you there. Complaining is going to get you sitting right where you at, talking to the same people you talk to, doing the same thing that you are doing.
You
If you
always
never
done.
go look, you will never see. If you never go, you will always stay. You're never going to move. And then you're going to be on your deathbed telling your baby, go and do. Go look and see. Mama and daddy wish they would have. What are you afraid of that stops you from taking that next step? Once you figure that out, then you can work it backwards and figure out what you're going to do to get past that. I promise it will work out for your good. All right, guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure you share the video. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, that is our YouTube channel where they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning Shows over there, and they are uploaded every day, and they are by topic, so that you can make sure that you get your the topic that you want. Share it with a friend, share it with a co-worker, share it with your ex, share it with your boo, share it with somebody that you know who is living in crazy in their life and finances, and they not listening to you, because sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else before it clicks, before it makes sense, before you are ready to do. Lynn, you want to tell them they can reach you before we get out of here?
Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. We know time is your most precious commodity, and you decided to spend that with us. We appreciate you for that. Don't forget, no more financial infidelity. Say it with me. No more. I will not cheat on myself with my finances. All right? It might be a slip up every now and then, guys, but we don't have to do it over and over and over. You don't need a side piece, okay, in your finances. You don't need a side piece in real life. Let me just add that part in there, okay?
That's
No
right.
side pieces
That's
at
right.
all. Be all the way faithful in your finances and in your life and relationships, okay? That part.
That is right.
Guys, also, if you are ready to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money, you need some more information on starting to invest. You said, Lynn, I don't know where to start. I got you. I have a free course out there. You can join me live on Wednesdays where I teach the course, or you can sign up on demand, bit.ly, bit.ly/invest on demand. That's the on demand course. bit.ly/invest on demand. You can go ahead and get that. Go ahead and listen to the course, whether you need to do it now or you can do it on your lunch break or you can do it tonight. Doesn't matter. It's there. Get the information that you need, guys, so you can move to your next. But we'll definitely be offering that on Wednesday. And I have the Investing Blueprint course that's starting up next Thursday night. If you're interested in that, bit.ly/invest. Investing Blueprint. Sorry, I had a mental, I had a little, space jump up in there for a second, but that's okay. Guys, but tomorrow, what I'll be sharing with you tomorrow is going to be the must-have mobile apps for your life and finances. So these are apps that you have to have. These are must-have apps that are going to make your life easier for your life, your finances, and in your businesses, guys. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Don't forget to share this out. But you can find me at demonsenterprise.com. Go check out my website. There's tons of free stuff over there, y'all. Yeah, I said it free. Free 99. Go over there, check it out. demonsenterprise.com. That's Demons, no demons here, y'all. DEMMONS. All right, guys, you go out and have a great day on this thankful Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of our community. Much love to the community. Let's help this community grow. And let's JoJo share, guys. Don't forget to go out there and share, because sharing is caring, right? Once you know, don't keep it to yourself. First, get the information, get that information, turn it into knowledge, make it wisdom by doing something about it, then sharing it out with someone else. Yes, be blessed, everyone. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Co-host.
All right, guys. Hope you have an amazing Thursday. Please make sure you share the video with everyone that you know who may need to know this information. And if not, share the YouTube link so they can catch those the replays over there as well. I hope everybody has a great Thursday, and we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a good one.
Signing off.